the Edge of the Jungle, everyone. I'm your host, Swift Edge, and today we find ourselves back inside Jurassic Park with another entry from Ali Awada with our favorite raptor wrangler, Muldoon, and he is facing off against the Raptors. As we can tell by that thumbnail, he's in it. He is 100% ready to fight those Raptors because we got another Muldoon's log, and hopefully he, well, we kind of know how that fate goes if you watch the movie. But let's grab our snacks and grab our drinks, and hopefully, maybe things will be different. Maybe we could go the way of the novel. Following footage was captured on Isla Nublar in September 1991 for training purposes only. Okay, so this was before the movie. Engine Training Division Behavioral Observation Log, Subject Velociraptor, recorded by R. Muldoon, Tape 2. Oh, give me an entire series of Muldoons facing these raptors. Shoot!
And there she goes. That's our boned raptor. Adios. To hell with a lot of you.
He doesn't like them. Wanted them all dead. All destroyed.
Now there's some checks I need to get done before I can follow the team over to wherever they'll take the dead raptor. The other girls were tranked with a ketamine dart, a general fast-acting anesthetic used to immobilize wildlife, along with xylazine, a sedative, to keep the raptors asleep for when we need to work with them. Now, despite how much I wish they all perished, unfortunately, I do have to check on how they are taking to the tranquilizers. Because one, if I don't, Hammond will strangle me with his bare hands, bless his soul. He's left the island for a short trip to see his daughter. And two, side effects are common for these drugs, so it's imperative that we check on the animals after administering any medication. The last thing I want is to have to tell John that we lost 2 raptors in his absence.
What about the other one? Because there's
This
still
is one
3.
of the big ones, Minions, the younger of the 2. John calls her Storm, because when she attacks the fence, she puts on an electrical display akin to lightning. I'm not expecting any adverse reactions to have occurred with her, as she's generally in good health.
Generally.
She's been tranked some half a dozen times before, too, so I'm not concerned. But we'd always double-check and look for the classic adverse reaction profile just in case. The major one is eyes open. The anesthetic ketamine causes a state called catalepsy, a trance-like state, where the animal appears immobile but still maintains certain reflexes.
He's braver than I am because, I'm sorry, being that close to the Raptors, no, would never do it. Not even if they're trained. Not even if Jurassic Park could guarantee my safety to be able to pet them. No. Also, we saw, especially with the Indoraptor, that it will fake and play asleep. So what makes you think that maybe the other Raptors wouldn't have the intelligence to also do that? Play sleep, the prey is near. Nope, not doing it.
The muscles around the eyes sometimes don't fully relax and may remain completely or partially open. In this case, as you can see, her eyes are closed, so I'm not concerned about her recovery from the drug.
What about the other effects?
Another sign to look for is increased salivation. I'm definitely not going to handle her muzzle, but judging by the distinct lack of saliva surrounding her jaw, I'd say she's good.
You can see.
All right, the big one next.
It's wearing off!
Robbie, get out of there.
Robbie! We've heard you before. And another
She's
tape.
still drowsy. Robbie, are you clear?
Yeah, it's locked.
Get another
Signs of
shot.
the sedative are wearing off.
Oh,
Is
but you don't want
everyone
to drug her
out?
up
Where's
too much.
Tony?
Yeah, he's safe.
Okay, good. Get into the buffer enclosure and wait for me. I've never seen an animal recover so quickly from a dart. She's still probably got another hour or so of disorientation and drowsiness. But I'm going to back away and exit right now. Christ, I've shot male African elephants in Kenya who took much longer to recover from that sedative. Might have something to do with the osteoderms on the skin, similar to those seen on crocs and alligators. A very tough hide to penetrate. The dart must have found some entry point, but the complete dose mustn't have been administered.
That's terrifying.
I don't know what Wu's cooking up in that lab, but I'd imagine Mongoliensis did not possess osteoderms. But then again, this is no velociraptor, This is John and Henry's theme park Frankenstein mishmash monster.
Because if you remember, they couldn't fill 100% DNA, so it's putting other things together. And if you actually read the novels, the Velociraptors were able to change sex as well, like they were saying in the movies that they could do. And oh my gosh, the amount of raptors that were produced was a lot.
Pacing behaviors are often observed in animals in captivity. The repetition of this behavior usually correlates to when an animal's instinctive needs, such as space, stimulation, or the thrill of pursuit, are constrained or not met entirely. What may appear to visitors as restless movement is in fact a complex behavioral signal, a blend of frustration, heightened intelligence, and an unfulfilled drive to hunt. Among the raptors of Jurassic Park, this manifests in a particularly calculated form. The dinosaurs stalk the boundaries of their enclosure, almost on a timed loop. What's interesting is, at certain points during the night, the big one will stand in one dedicated spot. What she does next shocked me the first time I saw it. She appears to be calling to something outside the enclosure.
They're gonna show off the fact that other raptors exist outside the enclosure? I love that that is a constant repeated thing throughout the Jurassic Park World franchise as the dinosaurs slowly turning to look at the
And
viewer.
here she is in all her glory, the Velociraptor pen. Not complete, of course. The guys are due to come in a little later and do some horticulture inside. John has them brought over from mainland Costa Rica, spared no expense, of course. I wanted to document some gripes I
That's his
have
repeated
with this
theme.
place. The pen is 70 feet long by 40 feet wide,
That's not
and
big
is
enough.
buried in the ground 12 feet.
It's not big
The girls
enough.
are being transported into this enclosure a few days from now. The guys coming tonight are supposed to be planting this pen up with foliage to give the raptors privacy to mitigate stress and provide some shade from the sun. It is essentially a concrete pit in the ground with an electrified fence ceiling. Unhappy with fortified concrete, as it's almost impossible for the raptors to escape. Almost. Let's head inside so I can reveal my issues. And boy, are there issues. If we come around here, this is the transport door. It allows the transportation container to attach to the pen and a smooth transition to take place, which
Oh
I
yeah,
love.
smooth. Not smooth enough.
Inside, here is our new raptor enclosure. Not huge. And that's one of my concerns. We're talking about ambush pack hunters, 3 of them, constrained to living quarters not much larger than your average apartment in Leeds in the UK. These are wild animals that have needs and furthermore are highly intelligent animals.
Yeah, they're
And what happens
pissed.
to highly intelligent animals kept in cramped conditions? They display disordered behaviors. They need space to run. After all, they're not called velociraptors for no reason. These things can match cheetah speeds, 50, 60 miles an hour if they get out in the open. My other concern is why the bloody hell has John approved this containment pen to them anyway? Are raptors not on the tour anymore? Why are they being cloned if their temperament is counterproductive to the park's turnover? It doesn't make sense to me.
He's got his reasons.
Anyway, my last concern is this. This is the remote-controlled door that is supposed to let the feeders drop a live cow into the pen using a crane.
And there's no
A
actual
big,
hunt.
gaping hole in the enclosure that opens several times a week. Just marvelous.
Yeah, isn't it wonderful
She's
that
on
they can
her
have the
side.
chance?
What are her
To jump.
symptoms, Muldoon?
I'm not in close proximity to examine her, Jerry, and I can't get in there at the moment. I'm heading over to the Raptors to help Robbie.
Okay, I'll head over soon.
Thanks, Jerry.
No problem. Good luck at dinner.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Oh, is she dead? I hope she's not dead. You're-
Ay, ay, ay.
You're looming on her a lot.
Robert Muldoon, Game Warden, Velociraptor Containment, Isla Nublar. It's the evening of September 9th. I'm documenting the raptor feeding protocol. It started raining, but after a long conversation with John, I have finally been granted permission to perform the procedure at night. Took a bit of back and forth, and some nasties were exchanged. He called me an alarmist. I called him a mad scientist. But at the end of the day, no hard feelings either way.
He's a madman.
I think this will help with raptor aggression.
Oh, there's good old Betsy. How you doing?
I have Robbie Hadira with me, and he's got tonight's dinner ready.
He might be tonight's dinner if he's not prepared.
Robbie has been warned that naming the food items for the carnivores on this island is an exceptionally bad idea, as it psychologically creates an attachment with the animal, and then you're forced to watch their final moments of life at the hands of the velociraptors. Robbie and I are now standing back within the buffer enclosure, and in the feeder, we've left Bessie.
Mildred.
We've left the poor soul.
As you can hear the T-Rex in the background while it's his.
In the feeder.
Her,
the handler will exit the buffer.
Bye, Mildred. So sad.
Oh, it'll definitely be a sad farewell soon, Robbie. Now...
Okay, now, he didn't sound super sad, and then Muldoon's just driving home of like, it's fine.
I want to make note here in particular. It is definitely unusual that the raptor pack has not approached the feeder yet. They are only pacing about, studying their new prey item eagerly. But then again, this is the very first time we're doing this at night, so they may not be aware of what's happening entirely. I'm going to turn this off and watch for the raptors before proceeding out the buffer and locking both gates. Like I said, they are normally quite excited at this point, attacking the fences. So this is a little odd, I must say.
Something else is happening,
The feeder
Robert.
doors have been opened, yet still no sign of the raptor pack. Bessie's unknownly wandered out. In the enclosure.
Poor Mildred.
We might as well call her dead meat at this point.
Well then,
Robbie
James
and I
A.
are
Janice would
watching
like a
the
word.
hunt from the perimeter. I have to add, this is the longest the raptors have taken to respond to prey in their enclosure.
Because they're not in their enclosure. They're somewhere else.
Where are they?
Oh,
I see Storm and her sister. And there's the big one. She's going to make the first strike. What the...
look at that. There's a fourth. Because she's been calling. Thank you for attending this training session. Please refrain from discussing the contents of this video with anyone. Because she was calling out to other raptors outside the pen. Ooh. Because again, if you read the novels, there's a lot of raptors. There's so many. I think there was over 50 by the end of the novel when they were discussing all of them. It was an incredible amount because they thought that they could control it, but like Ian Malcolm said, life finds a way, and that's why I love Jurassic Park horror, is it shows the hubris of men and the fact that we think we are in control of everything when we're really not. We get in over our heads, and then nature reminds us that we're small in comparison to it all. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button. If you want to go check out Ali Awada's channel, which I highly recommend that you should because it is fantastic. If you love a lot of dinosaur horror, a lot of dinosaur content, you are going to love this channel. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this, and if there's any videos I'd like to see me react to in the future, give me some suggestions right down below. I take them all into consideration. And if you're new around here and you've been enjoying what you're seeing, why not click that subscribe button and click that bell to get notified of my next video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye!